I am very excited to be making this video. I am looking forward to seeing what has been sent in. I'm going to explain what this video is about right now. Hey Spuds, how's it going? It's Jamie. I hope you're well. I am well. I'm feeling very colourful. I've got red, green, yellow, yellow. Yellow, yellow, double yellow. So in today's video, we're back with a little bit happier content. And I feel like I'm coming down with a cold, which is very not good because I'm going to New York on Saturday. Please don't be a cold. Anyway, I am back with happier content. Yay! Today, or at least I hope it's going to be happier. Today, I'm going to be reading and responding to some assumptions that you guys have sent in about my transition. I asked you on Instagram, I was like, hey, do you have any assumptions about my transition? And I did this because over the years, I've seen a kind of pattern of people feeling like the grass is greener, or seeing other people reach stages in transition and there being a bit of envy there about maybe not being at the same stage and everything like that. And I've had a lot of assumptions about my transition. I guess now that I'm kind of like done with my transition, or at least my physical transition the way I see it, I wanted to take a look back and see what you guys really thought of my transition and how you think it's been and everything like that, and just let you know and talk about it. Everyone's transition is different. There's no denying that, like, objectively some people's are easier than others, but yeah, it's all dependent on the stage and there's just specific things. Some parts of transition are easier than others, or have been for me. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling and just react to the assumptions. I always waffle in these videos and I don't know why. I also feel like the sun just went in. Come back. There's quite a lot. You transitioned on the NHS. Also, hi. Hi, back. I part transitioned on the NHS. So I started off my transition privately, and that's how I started hormones and had top surgery, and then I transferred over to the NHS for lower surgery. So it's kind of been a little bit of both. That you were insecure about the size. I hope you are not though, and that you are happy. I'm assuming that you're talking about my penis. No, I'm not insecure about the size. Obviously, I've had to accept that I am never gonna have a cis penis. I went with the option that would work best for me, and it meant I've ended up with a smaller than average penis, but it's not something I'm insecure about. I'm very happy. It's much better than what I had before, and I'm very comfortable with it. And I really do hope that assumption was about my penis, and that sounds like a very weird sentence to say, but it's gonna be awkward if it wasn't, and I misread that. Your parents were supportive from the start. Yes, they were. I am so incredibly grateful to have had supportive family and a partner and friends and everything from the very beginning. It's meant a lot to me. You got bad acne once you got on T. I never had acne. I got a lot spottier when I started T. I used to have like very clear skin pre-T, but then when I started testosterone, I experienced some of like the spottiest times of my life, but I never had acne. You get testosterone for free. I get my prescriptions through the National Health Service, which is the NHS in the UK, but there is a fee for getting NHS prescriptions. So I pay every 2 months for my prescription because I get 2 months supply, but some people can get it for free. If you're a certain age, if you have a certain income level, that kind of thing, you can get your NHS prescriptions free, but I do not fit any of the categories, so I pay for mine. Shaba helped a lot. Oh yes, like an incredible amount. For those of you who don't know, Shaba is my fiance, and we've been together since before I started medically transitioning, but after I came out as trans. She had literally been there through every single stage of my transition, and she has supported me throughout. And oh my god, particularly with lower surgery, when like poop hit the fan, Shaba was there. And I don't think you can ever say thank you enough to somebody who's been there like that for you. You had a really small chest before surgery. Yeah, I had a pretty small chest. If this doesn't make people feel uncomfortable, I'm going to talk about the size of my chest, so just in case it's going to make you feel uncomfortable, just letting you know. I was an A cup before. I don't know what the thing was. I think I was like a 34, 32. I don't know. My chest is like 36 inches now around, but I had a very full chest, which is why I got double incision, and my nipples were very low. So double incision just allowed me to get the results I wanted. But yeah, I did have a pretty small chest. I'm answering these in really roundabout ways, I'm sorry. It was easier for you to pass quicker than the average person after starting T because of your height. I think yes. Even before I started testosterone, as soon as I cut my hair and I was binding my chest, I passed pretty much 100% of the time, except when I spoke. It was my voice that used to give me away, just for the shiggles. I've never said that word in my life. I don't know why I said it now. Just for a laugh, I guess here is my voice pre-testosterone.
Hey, so I am officially on testosterone today. 25th of January 2012.
I was 6 foot before I started hormones. I'm 6'1" now. I was still growing. That was nothing to do with hormones and it was only an inch. I do think my height helped me pass. You found out you were trans when future Jamie travelled back in time to tell you. I love that. I mean, people say I do look like David Tennant, so maybe I have the TARDIS. You never know. Medical transition came quite quickly after coming out due to shorter waiting times. And definitely, there is no denying that my transition went a lot quicker than a lot of people's. January 2020 will mark 8 years on testosterone, and it was at this time 8 years ago that I started the process. Actually, it was a little over 8 years ago that I started the process. And one, it went quicker because yes, the waiting lists were shorter, both NHS and private, but also I went privately. So back then, NHS, you'd be looking at from GP referral to starting testosterone, about a year and a half. Whereas I think now you could pretty much double that. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Privately, as far as I'm aware now, there is a 6-month waiting list for the main private clinic in the UK. Back then it was literally 2 weeks. I called them and I had an appointment 2 weeks later. Then 3 months after that I started testosterone. It was very quick. It wasn't too quick. I'd taken a long time to think about things. I was sent away to do real life experience for a further 3 months. I did have counselling appointments in between. Sorry, I only talked about testosterone, whereas that was about medical transition. Top surgery was also a lot quicker for me because I again went privately, but also the surgeon I went to was like just becoming known as being a top surgeon for like trans guys and did not have a very long waiting list at all. I had surgery with him less than 2 months after going on his waiting list. And now even privately, I think the waiting list is many, many months. It's stressy, depressy, lemon zesty. That's both sad and cute. But you are happier than you were before, at least I hope you are. I am significant. I can't describe how much happier I am now than I was before. You're happy with the steps that you've taken to transition. Yes. You never doubted about anything during your transition. Pretty much. Literally the only thing I ever had like questions over was the exact like configuration of lower surgery I wanted, and that was it. I was just like, do I get urethral lengthening or do I not? That was the main thing that I had a few doubts over, and I didn't actually go forward with it until I was sure of what I wanted. But apart from that, no doubts. I've never second guessed it. I've never questioned what I'm doing. I assume that you have transitioned. That you turned into a cocoon and then emerged. Yes, as a beautiful butterfly. You're not really dysphoric anymore and you're very happy with what you look like now. Yeah, pretty much. Like literally the only thing that bothers me about my appearance is my hips, and I don't think that's even a trans thing. I need to remind myself that if I'm feeling a bit down about the way I look, it's not always a trans thing. And it's like now, the last time I had like a trans down moment about how I looked, I don't remember. But that isn't the case for everybody. I know that not everybody's dysphoria will completely go away with transitioning or even go away mostly. I know that for a vast majority there will be at least a relatively good alleviation of dysphoria. Not everyone will experience it going away to the same extent. You're on gel. Yes, I am on gel. You don't regret it at all. Absolutely, I have no regrets. Your first bottom surgery was the most painful. That is a fact. That is a very true and painful fact. Yeah, my first bottom surgery was ouchy. Like, it was horrible. Worth it. Like, the results turned out well, but the actual, just no. I'm not gonna get into detail, I've talked about it too much. It was horrible. You didn't care about body hair before T, but on T you'd party over the tiniest hair growth. Why is that so accurate? That's really specific, but also really accurate. I wanted body hair, but I was never like, I need it. Like, it was never one of my things that I wanted from testosterone. Same with the beard. Like, I was like, if a beard happens, that's cool. Then the longer it took for my beard to come in, the more I wanted my beard. But yeah, like, I would celebrate my chest hair. I'd be like, woohoo, I've got 3. And then I had top surgery and they all got cut off. I have like a really I don't know if you can see that, I have like quite a hairy chest now, and I love it. It's like a little rug. And finally, I assume your T doses are large to match your tall body. No, I don't need a high dose of tea. But yeah, those are all the assumptions, guys. Thank you so much for sending them in. They were really good. I hope you've learned a little bit more about my transition process, because I think times have changed. I think it's different now. I think it's busier now. I think it's longer now. I think there's a lot more acceptance though, and things are more widely talked about and known. So it's kind of like swings and roundabouts, although I wish they would just put a bit more money into trans man's healthcare because the demand has shot up, but the money in it hasn't, and there needs to be a leveling off so that people actually get the help they need. But yeah, I hope this was an interesting video. I could do a part 2 because I didn't manage to get through all the assumptions, because you know me, I don't like making super long videos, and I always apologize when they go over like 7 minutes, because in my brain that's really long, and it's just because I have a short attention span. Think about giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. And as always guys, I will see you next time. Much love. Bye.